All right, guys, if you want to circle around the Outcross, this is a kind of a unique piece. There's a lot to go over in a short amount of time, so I'm going to do my best. Everybody looks at it and they see a tractor right out of the gate. One of the things that really makes this stand out is at the end of the day, when you're done using your tractor, it usually sits in your storage area for however long till you need it next. You can actually use this as a heavy-duty hauler, heavy-duty cart after you're done with it. There's a quick disconnect for the front end loader. You can actually swap out that utility bed that's back there for a full-size cargo bed, and this becomes an everyday use piece of equipment now. So rather than comparing it to a tractor, we're going to kind of compare it to a hybrid of a workman / tractor. So what you see up front is just your class 2 bucket, 2,200 pound capacity, just like you'd have on every other tractor that's out on the market right now. A 60 horsepower engine, 51 horsepower at the PTO, who asked the PTO question earlier. Plenty of power to spare there. As you can see by the angle of the wheels, this is a 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steer machine. So you notice that the turf tires on there are angled differently from the front, from the back. So you don't have that 4-wheel steer wobble like you can experience with other products. The other thing that they did is obviously there's no big tire in the back. They made this as turf friendly as possible. At the end of the day, when you guys are out there working, aerifying your fields or what have you, the last thing you want to do is start rutting out certain areas because it's towards the end of the day, you're tired, you're just trying to make it through. This thing's going to continue to perform and not cause those ruts that you can have with a standard tractor. As we kind of make our way around the machine, class 2 3-point hitch in the back. Right now we have our deep tine aerator on the back of this. When we 2,500 pound lift capacity on that 3-point hitch, we can implement any device that you have that will fall within that class 2 2,500 pound limit, as long as it fits, or as long as it has that 3-point connection on it, as long as you have the correct PTO shaft for it. It's not Toro exclusive. You don't have to buy the Toro equipment to run behind the Outcross. It'll run anything that you guys have, as long as it falls within those parameters. The thing that I think separates this from every other tractor out there is you'll notice there's no clutch in this machine. There's no hydraulic lever in this machine for the rear. Everything is computer controlled, and it's programmed by an operator, or it's programmed by a supervisor. So we'll use this as an example. If you're making your passes while you're aerifying a field, who's done that before? Over and over and over and over again. By the time you get in a rhythm of, okay, making my pass, I gotta lower the 3-point, get my PTO up to speed, get it in the ground, here comes a sprinkler head, or here comes a valve box, lift up. You're constantly moving, you're constantly up and down and around, and by the time you get to a good rhythm, you're almost done, and now you put it away for 6 months. You pre-program all of those parameters into this info center, and then it's just a tap of a paddle up and a tap of a paddle down that will engage the PTO, delay and wait for it to come up to speed at a slow speed. It'll then lower the 3-point at a certain rate. That way you're not slamming it into the ground, which tends to happen at the end of the day when you get tired. And it's also going to slow you down or speed you up based on the work speed that you told it to move at. Because inevitably, your hole spacing by the time you get to the end of the day is really wide because you're tired and exhausted and you just want to be done with it. So this machine will actually do all 3 of those things simultaneously with a tap of a button. So labor has become more and more of an issue lately, and you always have to have a very experienced driver on a tractor. You usually had to have a supervisor out there or someone that you could trust. This now becomes more of an automotive type vehicle, automotive style tractor, to where you can put someone on there that maybe couldn't drive a clutch with lots of levers and moving parts. It's just a tap up and a tap down now to achieve the same thing that you had to do with 5 or 6 different levers.
Inch mode.
Inch mode, yeah, we missed it last time. So what we actually have, or Toro's created, is called inch mode. Inevitably, when you're trying to install one of your implements back here, it's okay, up, down, move a little bit this way, move a little bit that way. Okay, the PTO isn't lined up. Bump the PTO on and off, and you're trying to get everything lined up. We have something that plugs into the driver's, under the driver's seat, that's kind of a remote control to where you can stand back here and you can push a button and it's going to actually move the whole machine back 1 inch or forward 1 inch. Or you could raise the 3-point or lower the 3-point. Or you have a button where you can hit the PTO and it actually moves it 1/2 of a turn. So now you can line up that PTO better. So it has that option now eliminates having to have another guy back here telling you, okay, you got to move this way, back it up, do this. You can hook things up one thing at a time as you're kind of playing with that remote. So, and it does have a dead man switch on it, so if you drop it, it's not going to just go and back up over you. So, safety first.